For the past 2 months, I've been here in Bhutan. I've been teaching how to do different kinds of knives, but primarily chef knives. I wanted to show them how to make a knife that not only cuts well, but feels really good to hold. And I've been making some knives here also, just so that they have an idea of what the fit and finish is supposed to be like. So I've made a Bhutan collection, and the Bhutan collection is made of steels that I find here in the country, materials that I find here in the country, materials like yak horn, Bhutanese maple, cypress, blue pine, like woods that are endemic here to Bhutan, and metals that you could find and that are universally known as good steel. So car bearings, 1084. So I've been using those as a cutting edge, and then I've been sandwiching them in a jacket of soft iron. So that's been a really fun project over the past few months. While I was here, I really enjoyed forging. Like, I was almost obsessed with it. So I've been taking like really big chunks of metal, and then I've been seeing how far I could stretch it. Like I've been forging, I've been forging out cleavers out of small stock of 1084, and then I've been making san-mai laminates, meaning there's a hard steel core and there's a soft steel cladding, and then I've been making that into knives. So I've been seeing how far I could stretch a really small stock and seeing if I could squeeze it out into something that's usable as a knife. So that normally means that I have to forge it really close to shape, and I think I wanted to portray that in the end result product. So I left a lot of forged finish on the product surface. It has like a really nice texture to it. In Japanese, they would call it a nashiji texture, like a pear skin texture, because it has this really nice skin. So I only polished the edge side, and that would make the cutting edge. The Bhutan collection is made of materials that I found here in Bhutan. So it's gonna have a lot of endemic local hardwoods, and some of these hardwoods have their counterparts in other places. Like for example, Bhutanese chalam. Chalam is a species of maple. It's like highland maple. So the grain is very tight, it's very dense. It's not like normal maple like you would normally find in the States. It's a very plain, relatively white wood with a really interesting curl. So that's something that I've been obsessed with for all the handles that I've been making. And then another material is yak horn, because in Bhutan there's quite a bit of yak. The horn is quite challenging because the horn is hollow for the most part. It only has like around 1.5 inches worth of really thick tip material to use, and the rest of it is hollow and there's bone. So I found a way around that by using the horn shell. Like I've been slicing chunks of it out to make my scabbard pins. I've been slicing chunks of it out to make my knife guard bolsters and butt caps. So all of those, the way of slicing it actually brings out a really interesting grain, because I get to see the keratin growth that the horn was forming as it grows from the bone. So it looks a lot like wood burl. It has these like really nice olive streaks. It has these really nice black streaks. So I think that's a really nice thing to see. Oh yeah, no, that was yak horn. Yak horn was funny because so right outside the forge, when you enter, there's like this mountain goat head. It still has a bit of hair on it. It still has a bit of brain. So I was looking at the horn and I asked him if I could use it, because I really loved using carabao horn when I was in the Philippines. I wanted to see if I could do something with yak horn because it's very Bhutanese. So for the knives that I've been making, all of them come with like a really nice blue pine scabbard. So the scabbard is made of some soft Bhutanese pine wood. It's not exactly a very durable wood. It's actually really soft, but then it's something that I know won't scratch the knife when you put it in and out of the blade, and it's something that has this strange hug to the knife. Like when you put the knife in the scabbard, it hugs the blade. So that's a really interesting thing to see. working on these different knives.